Welcome to Movie Bullshit. In this video, I'm going to take a Asian web movie that I saw recently called Ultimate Code and show you all the utter bullshit that was in this film. Now, this is not going to be like Cinemasins. I'm not going to have a sin counter in the corner or pick on every little bit of the movie. I'm just going to pick on the obvious bullshit. And in this movie, there's a lot of bullshit. So I'm going to play the clip and I'm going to talk you through it and I'm going to tell you why it's bullshit. Now, some of these clips have no sound. Just keep that in mind, okay? Let's get started.
So, quick edit. I realised I didn't tell you what the film was about. So, in Ultimate Code, a rich scientist dude invents a chip that can be inserted into the back of everyone's neck that is supposedly to turn them into superhumans, essentially being able to get rid of diseases, give themselves super strength, super thinking. So, that's the whole point of the movie. They're installing these chips on the back of people's heads. In this film, this particular bad guy wants to activate the ultimate code, which will essentially turn everyone into slaves under his control, kind of like a euphemism for communism. In this film, we've got this dude called Xiao Yu, who's in the prison, who used to work for this guy, and this guy has now asked him to do him a special job, which is to go after these three people who were trying to kill him, who also have a bit more code that they need to kind of complete this job. So he then goes out and catches the first guy called Enoch. And while there, he has this kind of moral discussion with him, and he tells him that the code will actually be used for nefarious reasons, not for the good of mankind. And that what Xiao Yu should actually do is use the code that he's going to give them, these chips, to actually kind of reverse engineer or blow up the building, and thus saving humankind. Utter bullshit of a plotline, but you know what? That fits in with the whole film. Anyway, let's get on to exploring the movie bullshit in this film.
Today we have
So this first clip is movie bullshit because look at it. Every news broadcast looks exactly the same, and look at those weird fancy sets. No TV broadcast looks like that at all. Not only that, I don't know if you noticed, but it's really, really out of sync. That is some utter movie bullshit. I really wish movies wouldn't do these stupid news broadcasts, and they look so obviously fake. And one of the channels was called news channel. So, bullshit. Let's keep going.
And everything that you see and everything that you feel.
So at this point of the movie, they're having a press conference. And for some reason, this press conference is so important that it's being broadcast to everywhere around the world, including all these public spots. Now, the funny thing about this is Fatty here on the left is all of a sudden an expert in what this ultimate code thing is about, and he randomly starts talking to these people next to him. How is that possible? I'll tell you how it's possible. It's movie bullshit. That's how it's possible. Let's get on to the next clip. So in this one, Xiao Yu, who's the main guy, is escaping out of the prison. Check out this action scene. This is supposed to be trained soldiers, and they completely miss him every time they shoot. What I love are those in the ground. Oh, see that? He threw a fucking tire at him. Movie bullshit. I'm loving the bullet holes and bullet effects that come out of the sand in this scene. Now this scene, look, there's a guy on the mountain. Bullshit. He shoots him from that distance. Bullshit. Now there's a grenade. He gets out of the way. Yeah, fine. I'll give him that. That's fine. I'll accept it. More trained guys come in. They have no clue what they're doing. So he gets onto this car. Look at that. Finds a box of grenades. Doesn't pull the pin out. Throws them. Then does something weird to the top of that Jeep. Throws that. Now, all these random explosions are happening in the prison he's escaping from. You know what we call that? We call that movie bullshit. But it gets worse. He's getting chased by a helicopter. So now he's at the point where him and the helicopter are face to face, about to kind of face off. He gets a minigun. Look at this. Look at what about to happen. It's like he's like Rambo and Wolf Warrior put together. He's trying to shoot her helicopter. And then she shoots him with a grenade launcher that apparently shoots perfectly straight. Ultimate code. Ultimate bullshit. That's what it is. It's just movie bullshit. On to the next clip. Now, this clip I think is bullshit because he's in his car reviewing the footage of this press conference that you would have seen a couple of clips ago. And he's reviewing the security footage of what's happened. Now, this woman there is a journalist, and the guy there is an assassin who he needs to meet up with later in the film. And they have this security footage. Just let me adjust the camera there. He has this security footage that's perfectly edited. And he does the old zoom and enhance crap. The good thing is, it's also projected on his windshield. We know what we call that. We call that movie bullshit. On to the next clip. So now he's at the journalist's apartment and he realizes she has a false wall. Now, to get into this particular locked panic room, she needs to do a security check on her mobile phone. Somehow, magically, these lines appear on her face. Something, somewhere, scanned her face and she was in the right place perfectly to open the door. Nothing but movie bullshit. On to the next clip. So this guy is the bad guy. And what they're doing now is they're injecting this woman, who is our main character, Xiao Yu's wife, with this secret chip that will turn her into the, this chip allows them to control people. It supposedly makes them better humans, but I like how they insert this chip into her, and all of a sudden, the movie turns into an Intel commercial. Look at this perfect breakdown of this chip that's been inserted in it. Nice visual graphics. And to make it worse, he's doing this presentation in front of this group of stereotypical rich men, and then one of them decides to clap. This is shake his hand.
Well, this is just
utter movie bullshit. Stuff like that just does not happen in real life. In this scene, I'm going to pause it for a second. In this scene, Xiao Yu and the journalist have managed to chase that other guy whose name is Enoch into a place called the Phoenix Town. And she uses, through her crappy little iPad ripoff, she's managed to hack into the whole town's CCTV system and all of their monitoring systems, and is able to find exactly where this guy is just with her stupid little iPad. Look at this. Look at this. We know what we call this. We call this movie bullshit. And they're able to find this guy, who's the guy that they're looking for. And look, she's just using a crappy tablet. Movie bullshit. Into the next clip. So in this clip, he's caught up to Enoch and they're escaping. There's some interesting stunts like that, where he smacks himself into the air conditioner. And they continue this chase. I've edited it down at the time. But they continue this chase down. Now, he all of a sudden yells out at a camera that the bad guy has attached a bomb to his wrist. She's going to somehow be able to deactivate it through the iPad. Now, bad guy steals the motorbike. Now, I want you to pay attention here. Steals the motorbike, pops a wheelie, see how long this bit takes. He then realizes to catch him, he needs to get off the motorbike as well. So he gets the motorbike, and check out how far apart they are. 2 seconds apart. That is movie bullshit. So they've chased each other down to this landslide on the road. He's decided he's going to give... I probably should explain. He's chased the bad guy because this bad guy has a chip that has the code that will stop this other chip that the the other bad guy is injecting in the back of people's necks from taking over the world. He gives him his code chip. You'll see it in a minute. And then decides that his life is not worth living. So he drives off a cliff. Let's have a look. And then see how Xiao Yu, the hero, responds. He jumps off the cliff. He throws the chip at him. Here you go, buddy, if you want to catch it. Xiao Yu decides, I'm going to jump off this cliff with no disregard for my safety. Grabs the chip. Now, this is very interesting. Check this bit out. He takes off the bomb, and the blast from the explosion pushes him back against the mountain. He free falls down, and for some reason, he's able to just grip onto a rock and save his life. Now, you know what I call that? I call that movie bullshit. Utter movie bullshit. Onto the next bullshit. But in this clip, she is being surrounded by a bunch of henchmen. He drives his car. Look at that stunt. He drives his car around her. With one hand, throws her in the bike. Then these guys decide to chase after him. Now watch what happens here. Just watch. Not the seatbelt bit. That was quite cool. He decides that with people chasing him, he's going to pop a brake. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? It's movie bullshit. That's what that is. On to the next one. I'd be to explain this one too. This guy on the left, who's got his hand on his groin right now, is the old mentor for Xiao Yu. And they meet up because he wants to get the remaining chips that he needs to deactivate this whole global chip. And while they're meeting in a very public place, Miss iPad, who can detect everything with her iPad, is also watching. And she manages to tell him he has a gun. Look, she can detect the gun with her iPad. Now watch this. The face-off rip.
It's on.
And then, of course, they have a fight. Movie bullshit. That's definitely Chinese movie bullshit. Oh, now this is hilarious. In this scene, Xiao Yu is getting tortured. Now that chair is supposed to be metal, and they've attached the battery charging clips to the middle, and they've been there. You can see it in the background. And they've been electrocuted. Now, any normal human, they're going to be pretty messed up after all of this electricity. This guy decides to play it safe. Look at this. Have you seen Arnie do that in Rambo? Have you seen Tom Cruise do that in Mission Impossible? No, because it's movie bullshit. Now, we get on to one of the many action things. This movie is quite good with the action, I have to admit, even though the action is quite obviously bullshit. We're getting into this particular action scene. You can see there's a lot of kind of gunfighting. Now, all of a sudden, this guy turns up with a warthog. Now, check out how that warthog managed to push him out of the way. Now, he decides that the only way he's going to defeat this warthog is with the mounted gun. Now, bear in mind, that gun is trying to follow him, but the car itself is not moving bullshit. Now, there's a hilarious bit here where he decides the only way to beat the warthog is with an armoured tank. So, out from the rubble of what's about to occur is an armoured tank that he just so happened to be saving for such an occasion. I probably should have edited this bit down a bit, but look at this. He pulls out this Mad Max style armoured tank, and you know what? Warthog versus tank is about to occur right now. I think you know where this is going, and it's quite hilarious. Check this out. Push, push, push. And then survive that any day. Now they managed to take their fight outside of their universe, the other guys are. All of a sudden they have the ability to fly through the air. And then just as it gets to the end of the fight, Xiao Yu decides to pull out a rocket and beat the guy. with a rocket. Movie bullshit. Now, in this clip, the 3 scientists who work for the bad guy have managed to take these code chips, and they're obviously going to use the code to launch something into the sky that will activate all the chips on the back of people's heads and turn them into subservient people. Now, funny you should say this because, you know, being a Chinese movie, it's about controlling people. You'll notice that all the people in this movie are white that they're trying to control. But that's just between me and you. Anyway, let's continue watching the clip. They put the code in, they do some fancy touchscreen stuff, including all of the, you know, invisible typing that doesn't make any sense. Yes. They launch the code up into the satellite. And we get a fantastic display upcoming of stock footage being used in this movie to signify a few things. So here it is. The code is being injected. Again, we get another Intel Inside commercial clearly here. I do love these bits. Someone had a lot of fun designing this. They launch code. They managed to just so happen a satellite in space waiting for this code to launch. The code then hits the satellite, which then, of course, beams the code back to everyone who's got the chip in the back of the head. And all of a sudden, it triggers them. And check out all this stock footage of just white people falling over and having ridiculous car accidents, including that good work police officer hitting that bollard. But it gets better. In this next scene, you'll see people have randomly crashed their cars, which is what I wanted to show here. There is a car coming up that has smashed into nothing. There. This car here has smashed into nothing but the grass on the side of the road. The car is damaged and it is smoking. What the hell did the car hit? That, my friends, is what we like to call movie bullshit. Let's continue. I don't know what's going on with my camera here, so my apologies. We're almost getting to the end of this clip. This is possibly one of my favorite bits in the whole movie. I don't even need to commentate on this. I think you can just watch and see what happens to realize why this bit is bullshit. Firstly, good shot. It does exactly what we expected. A bit late, it's better. He lets go. He crashes through the window, and somehow crashing off the window instantly triggers the alarm. And that activates the internal army. Movie bullshit. Now this bit's great. With the use of her shitty iPad, she's able to add her palm print to the top level security of this building and get in and bypass their security just with the use of her shitty iPad. Oh god. Only in the movies could some bullshit like that happen. Getting to the end, everyone. Now, these two have managed to make their way up to the mountain where they're building, where they're hoping to stop or at least reverse the code being launched. This awesome Russian lady with the grenade launcher that you remember from the start has decided that she's going to start targeting them by just randomly shooting at them. Now, she had them dead to rights, and she missed them by a country mile, hitting the partition behind her. Well, at least it looks like it, but clearly all this is CGI. But anyway, impossibly one of the most ridiculous bits of the whole movie, he does this. Movie bullshit. Repeat after me, everyone. Movie bullshit. And because it's movie bullshit, we get to the second last clip. Now, spoiler alert, he defeats the bad guy. This is him and the bad guy fighting. So let's check out some of the moves that they pull out in this final fight. It gets to be quite vigorous. Picking people up by the legs, pushing them into servers, making ugly faces. Interesting finding. But wait for it. Wait for it. Look at this. He throws him, and then he grabs him and pushes him back. That's some Mortal Kombat little bullshit there. Now, we're getting towards the end of the fight here, and he's about to defeat the bad guy. Nothing like a punch to the head to get him to move. And Xiaoyu decides he's going to be just doing some flying throughout the air, picking people up. But you know how the bad guy decides to respond? Oh, firstly, just have a look at that. Oh my god. And I need to tell you that this guy who's acting in the film also directed it, but clearly he won't have fun. But check this out. Now this guy has the ability to go super fast. It's all just full of movie bullshit. Like it says behind me. Movie bullshit. Oh. Now I believe there's a bit here with the bad guy. Picks up a server. Here we go. Picks up a server. Hits him with the server. This is possibly the worst CGI in the whole movie, to be honest. It looks so terrible. And then he does this. I don't know whether to class this as movie bullshit. Terrible CGI. It's probably a bit of both. I feel sorry for the servers in this movie. Now, we're getting towards the end. He's defeated the bad guy, and this little girl is his daughter, and he needs to go rescue his daughter. Now, with the whole building about to blow up and catch on fire, what's the best way to rescue his daughter? If you'd have guessed jump off the building, you would have been right. Really, there are just no words to describe that. Also, I love the way that the servo just falls down behind him. The girl can't believe that the guy was that stupid to do that. And in our final bit of movie bullshit, it's called setting ourselves up for a sequel. Boom. There's nothing like a bit of setting myself up to be a sequel. Setting yourself up to be a sequel. What's going on here with the camera? That's better. There's nothing like setting yourself up for a sequel for a bit of movie bullshit. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at Ultimate Code and movie bullshit. If you think we should do more movie bullshit, let me know. I'm happy to pull apart movies and find all the bullshit in them. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, share, do all that other YouTube bullshit stuff. And I'll see you next time on either the Arty Dance or the Asian Film Fans channel. Thanks so much for watching, and keep your eye out for more movie bullshit.